Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do just a real quick video on my portfolio and what I'm holding, positions I have, all of that. I've gotten some requests to do a portfolio review more often, so I'm considering doing it not only monthly but maybe more. If that's something that you guys might be interested in, let me know in the comments. If you'd want to see it weekly, maybe bi-weekly, as part of the weekly recap, monthly recap, etc. Just give me some thoughts on that if you would like. So I'll jump right into it here. The account summary for what I call my options account is total account value is $82,408.40. My current margin balance is 12,000, just about $12,000. Total market value is $94,413. Today's change was negative $227. And then my total cost basis, which is a milestone, it's the first time I've hit this, but almost $101,000. Unfortunately, I am down about 6.4%, not including dividends and distributions and things like that. So the biggest reason why that's down like that is Misty is down quite a bit. I think my cost basis is 2663 and it's down like near 15, which I'll dive into here in a second. So first going into equities. I currently hold a whopping one share of Costco. I just bought it recently. I plan to scale into it more. It's just a very expensive stock. So in order to in order to buy one share, it takes the majority of my weekly deposit, which I'm not opposed to using to buy Costco if the price is low enough. But you can see I'm only down 1.27% there. So in my opinion, not enough to like really dive into it and put an extra almost $1,000 into it. So I'm waiting to see if it's going to dive more. And there's just other opportunities to put money elsewhere at the moment. So not getting into more of that at the moment, but I will. So down 1.2% on that overall. The market value is 969.75, which was my cost basis. 982.25. So day was up, but overall down. I have one share of Google. Same thing, scaling into this, just got this recently. It's up 30% since I got it, since I bought into it. So my cost base was $180 for my one share, and it's up near 234.40. It's a company I believe is still undervalued, so I will continue to scale into it. Pepsi, I've been buying more of. I have 7 shares now. It's actually below my cost basis because Elliott Management took a large stake in the company to try and make some changes, which I don't think investors like very much. I actually think it's a good thing, but everybody has different opinions. By no means am I a pro, don't claim to be, could make mistakes. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not advice, none of that. So I'm just doing what I think is going to be best for me. So the reason why I hold Costco, Google, Pepsi, I like Costco because the dividend is low. It has a lot of runway to grow more. I just think they're a great company. I love shopping there. I went there on yesterday actually to do some shopping. It was Sunday, probably when did I go? About 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The place was a zoo. I mean, there was a line to get out of the store that was backed up all the way to the checkout stands. So literally, I grabbed my cart with the few things I had in it, went in there for 2 things, go figure as always, and turned around and the line was already backed up right there. So that's another indication that they're doing well. Their membership fee they make a ton of money on, and then just they're growing in other countries and stuff as well. So I like Costco. So there's some growth and dividend play there. I like Google for growth as well. They do pay a dividend that was just announced like in the last year or two. So I think there's a lot of runway there for that dividend to grow, but I'm not counting on it for that. I think it's more of a growth position still. I am seeking a bit of growth, but more dividends in this account. But I think Google can help me achieve that growth that I'm looking for. And then Pepsi, I just like the price. It does pay a good dividend. It's been paying for 50 plus years, and I do think because the price is so low right now that there's some growth opportunity there as well. So that's why I hold those. For ETFs and closed-end funds, I don't have any closed-end funds, but the ETFs I have GPIX, which I actually received the dividend for today, which I'll recap on Friday. GPIX, I have 29 shares. JEPI, I have 82 shares. MSTY, as I mentioned, I have 545 shares. This is the bulk of why I'm down $6,000 on that. QQQ, I have 2 shares. Plan to scale into this as well, but I am up almost 9% on it, which is great. SGOV, which I reference a lot, this is where I hold money for my options trading. Currently I have 432 shares. I mentioned on my Friday recap, the past video, that the 7 contracts of TSLL that I was holding and had been holding for a while were finally called away today. So I used that money, which was almost $10,000, to purchase more shares of SGOV. And I'd already sold 7 more puts on TSLL last Friday. So I took that money and put it into SGOV so that I can receive a larger dividend potentially at the beginning of next month for these 432 shares. I received like $120 this month, so it'll be higher because I was able to purchase quite a few more shares. Again, just a holding there. But if you do, simple math, 432 times roughly $100, that's about $43,000 that I'm using right now for options trading, which I'll get into the options positions I'm in here in a second. SPYI, I've got 2 shares, same thing as QQQ, scaling into it. Just like to have the total market for a little bit of growth. They do pay small dividends as well. SPYI, I've got 100 shares. Ulti, I've got 886. I was putting a lot into this one. I'm actually going to hold off now. I've got a bit more in yield max funds that I'm comfortable with. The prices kept dropping, kept looking good, kept buying. I like the dividend or the payout distribution, whatever you want to call it. So I was continuing to buy them, Misty and Ulti, but they are eroding a little faster than I would like. So I'm going to hold off on those and go into some other positions. WPAY is one I'm really excited about. I've got 10 shares. I just bought it. I'm already up almost 3.5% on it. This is what I've seen kind of the equivalent of YMAX for YieldMax for Round Hill's funds. So it's a collection of all their funds into one ETF. And I saw some stuff online today that they're guesstimating that the initial payment will be somewhere around 43% per month, at least for the first month, which is really great. I'm interested to see if the net asset value will hold up better than the yield max stuff. I believe it will, and that's why I'm going to get into more and more of this. I have a feeling it might become one of my core holdings. XDTE, which is a Round Hill fund, I've got 467 shares, and you can see I'm up ever so slightly, but I'm still up, which is what I really like because it pays 20 to 30% yield, which is great. And then the net asset value has been staying pretty high. And this is even after the market's been dropping recently. I got up like 4 or 5% at one time on this position, so I like how it's responding to market volatility. And then YMAX, as I mentioned, another yield max fund, is eroding. So moral of the story on these is you can see I'm down on one. SGOV doesn't really count. 2, 3 positions. And I'm up on every single one of them. Every single other one. So like I said, the yield max stuff is great yield, but I think it's eroding a little faster than I'd like. So I'm going to hold off on buying more. I'm going to hold these and see kind of what happens throughout the rest of the year, at least, and just start scaling into these other positions more. But you can see Misty, yield max, Ulti, yield max, and YMAX, yield max. Everything else I'm up on. So I'll continue to report on that as I see fit. So jumping into the options that I currently have open right now. I have 2 put contracts at the 48 strike expiring this Friday, September 12th. And you can see $51 cost share. Price was 20 cents, almost 20 cents. So I'm up a little bit on them. I don't pay too much attention to the ups and downs of them. And then Pepsi, I've got 1 put contract at the 145 strike expiring this Friday, 9/12. I've got 1 put contract of RGTI at the 1450 put expiring this Friday. I've got 1 put contract at the 87 strike expiring this Friday. And I've got, like I mentioned, 7 contracts of TSLL at the $12 strike put expiring this Friday as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 current open positions. So if you don't know options very well, or still kind of getting used to them, contracts is 100 shares. So if I'm assigned, I have to purchase 200 shares of BITX or 100 shares of Pepsi, 100 shares, and I'd have to purchase 700 shares of TSLL if I'm assigned on these. I was assigned on these and just got those called away today, but I'd been holding them for a few months and I was selling covered calls on them. Just wanted to do a quick breakdown of the portfolio, how it sits right now. Wanted it to be real short, don't want to ramble on too much, but on the next video, I've gotten some requests as well to break down the mechanics of my options trading specifically. So check out the next video that I'll have out in the next few days, where I'll go into exactly what my strategy is for my options trading, days to expiration, kind of my mindset behind it. Why am I trading these positions, things like that. And then again, let me know in the comments if you would like to see anything in addition to this recap, if you want to see it more frequently, less frequently, anything you feel like I should cover that would help you out, let me know. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you.